Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Wendy and my channel is called BookIt. And I am going to do a newbie book tag today. So I'm just going to get right into it. And here we go. First question is, why did you start this channel? I started this channel because, well, I love books, of course, obviously, and also I thought it would be a fun thing to do, and I wanted to try to do something creative. So that's really why I started it. The short answer to this is I love books. So that's why I started this channel. The next question is, what fun and unique things can you bring to BookTube? I'm not sure that I can bring anything unique necessarily, but I can definitely bring my perspective on books and my love of books and things like that. So that's what I hope to bring. I hope to bring some fun to the channel and some interesting insight on books. What are you most excited about this channel? I'm most excited about being in a community of people that are like-minded, that love books. It's difficult sometimes to talk to people about books that don't really love books. My husband's an avid reader, and he tends to be on more nonfiction books. So a lot of times, if I'm really liking a book and I try to discuss it with him or tell him about it, I mean, he'll listen, but he really can't relate because he will ask me, well, is it a true story? And sometimes I'll say no, it's not, and I'll be like, it doesn't really catch his interest. So being able to talk to people that love all kinds of books, including nonfiction books, is refreshing. And I think that's really one of the reasons why I'm most excited, or we're most excited about starting this channel. Why do you love reading? I've always loved reading, even as far back as early elementary school. I have always loved to read, I have to say. I was read to when I was younger, so maybe that has a lot to do with it. I'm sure it's certainly started my love of reading. I've always loved reading almost anything. Like I used to have the Archie comics I used to collect when I was little, and I loved reading those even. So definitely always loved to read. I loved going to the library in school. I know it's nerdy, but that's what I loved. And I loved, I can go on and on about books. I love the smell of a bookstore, as I'm sure all of you do. When I get a new book in the mail, I will, like, the first thing I do after I take it out of the box is sniff the book. Like, I love the smell of pages of new books. And all right, let me go on. So yeah, so books are my thing, as you could say, and that's why I wanted to do this channel. Let's see, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I've asked in the past couple of months, or when I was planning on starting this channel, I feel like I asked them a lot of questions in regards to, any tips or any suggestions that they would pass along to somebody who is starting a channel, and they were all very, very helpful and very much, engaged in giving me some really good tips. And everybody wished me luck and was very supportive. So that was really nice. And that's another reason why I, wanted to do this channel as well. I feel the community is really very supportive. The next question is, what challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I know right away what I'm going to do. Like, I know that when I start the channel and I put my first video up, that, which will be this video, that I'm going to, like, I'm going to read the comments, and hopefully everybody is kind, and also just see, how many views I get, like how many people take an interest. And I guess that's normal, but as a person who overthinks and is in their head a lot, that's where I'm headed to. So I already know that, but But like I said, it's not the reason I started it, but I think everybody probably does that. So yeah, that's the answer to that question. Let's see. When did you start reading? I started reading very early on, like I said, elementary school. Comics, and I loved. I used to love a lot of mysteries when I was younger. Ghost books. Books about houses that were maybe haunted, and things like that. I used to like. I still like books like that, but like thrillers. So yeah, so I started reading as soon as I could read, and it's been you know it's been a love of mine ever since. Um, where do you read? Where do I read? I read everywhere, but I mostly read in my living room, on my couch. I will take a book everywhere with me, like if I'm going to a doctor's appointment or if I know I have to wait somewhere, I will always bring a book in my pocketbook. That's one of my suggestions. Always bring a book with you wherever you go, because if you have to wait, it's a really good way to stay off your phone. In fact, if my phone is next to me when I'm reading, I will tend to just keep picking it up and checking it, uh, especially if I'm not that engaged in the book or it's not like a favorite book of mine. So I tend to keep it in the other room. Even for, if people are sending me a message, texting me or whatever, it can be a distraction, and it's such a habit, to have it there and just keep checking it. That's another reason why I love reading, because it takes you away from social media for a while, which I think is healthy, and, puts you, somewhere where you can actually learn something. Not that you can't learn from social media, but you can actually, give your mind something else to, concentrate on. So, yeah. All right. So, what kind of books do you like to read? I like to read memoirs. Memoirs, like that is my favorite genre. But that's not to say that I don't like other genres as well. I don't really read classics that much, but my goal for this year is to read one classic a month. So that's what I'm gonna try to do, my best. And yeah, memoirs. I do like some thrillers, and I do like nonfiction as well. So I used to only read nonfiction, and the last year or so, I've read a lot of fiction, which I love. So yeah, that's the kind of books I like to read. The short answer to that is, first and foremost, I will always go towards memoirs first. I just love reading about other people's lives and things that they've done, and I find it very interesting. So yeah. All right, and the last question is, what does your book collection look like? My book collection this is only like a quarter of what I have. I'm kind of in transition now. The room I'm in will be mostly my book room. So this room is being done over, and I have to put new bookcases in, and I'm in the process of getting rid of some older books, really older books. So the answer to that is, it doesn't look like this. It's not going to look like this, but these are just like a quarter of my collection. Some of my husband's books are mixed in here too. Like I said, he mostly reads nonfiction, but collectively we have a lot of books. His interests are a little different, even though I like nonfiction than mine. So that's it. Hopefully I didn't do too terrible. Hopefully you found the book tag a little bit interesting, and hopefully a little bit fun. So yeah, tune in. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you here discussing all things books, and I'll see you later.